Welcome to Warp into War. If you're digging into the latest articles covering the Warhammer 40,000 universe, the 10th edition of the tabletop game, and just the wider hobby in general, you know the galaxy is defined by some pretty massive alien threats.
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge part of the lore.
Yeah, but today our mission isn't just to list off factions. We are taking a deep dive into the specific articles detailing the lore of these aliens. So to start us off, what exactly does Xenos mean?
Well, Xenos actually originates from the Greek word for, stranger or alien.
Right.
But in the Warhammer universe, it is the Imperium of Man's official term for literally all intelligent non-human species.
Okay, so we're talking about the most prominent threats here, like the Orks, the Eldari, Tyranids, Necrons, the leagues of Votann, and the Tau.
Exactly, yeah. Those are the big ones.
So I have an orienting question for you here. Was this just like a classic sci-fi scenario of a disastrous first contact?
Actually, no. Early relations were shockingly good, believe it or not.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the articles on the Dark Age of Technology, which was roughly millennium 15 to 25, humanity had just invented the warp drive.
Oh, so they were finally expanding across the galaxy.
Exactly, and it led to this massive peaceful expansion. They actually had diplomacy and trade with aliens.
Wow.
Sure, you had your occasional border wars with hyper-aggressive species like the Orks, but overall, it was surprisingly peaceful.
But then that peace just completely shattered during the Age of Strife, right? Like millennium 25 to 30.
Completely. These gigantic warp storms just violently ripped across the galaxy. It made interstellar travel basically impossible.
So all these human worlds were just instantly isolated.
Yeah, isolated and totally defenseless. And in that exact moment of weakness, humanity was subjected to this massive galactic betrayal.
Oh, man.
Many of those former alien allies just immediately turned on them. They were exterminating, plundering, and enslaving isolated humans.
Wow. So that brutal betrayal really formed the Imperium's entire ideology going forward.
It did. When the Emperor finally united humanity, he basically decreed that the galaxy belongs solely to humans.
Right. The whole suffer not the alien to live mantra.
Exactly. Allying with Xenos became classified as literal heresy. And, it's punished by immediate death.
But come on, with an empire that unimaginably huge, surely they bend their own absolute rules just to survive.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Necessity absolutely forces these uncomfortable temporary alliances.
Like when they have to fight off a larger threat?
Yeah, they will absolutely fight alongside the Eldar or the Tau if it means stopping, like, an apocalyptic Tyranid invasion.
That makes sense.
And then there were the legal exceptions, too. Like, rogue traders are literally handed official warrants that allow them to trade with aliens.
Which is such hypocrisy. And then you have the highly illegal ones, too, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah. You have corrupt planetary governors or even inquisitors secretly hiring alien Kroot mercenaries to do their dirty work.
That is so wild. Hey, really quick, just a reminder to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are enjoying this deep dive so far.
Yes, please do.
So, connecting back to those larger threats for a second, how do Xenos actually handle the corrupting forces of chaos?
Well, the articles detail this really fascinating spectrum.
Yeah.
Like, on one extreme, you have the machine-based Necrons.
Right.
They traded their biological souls for living metal millions of years ago, so they are just entirely immune to chaos.
Because there's literally nothing for a demon to latch onto.
Exactly. But then what about the Tau? They have a surprisingly high resistance to chaos as well.
Is that a biological thing?
Partly, but it's mostly due to their incredibly rigid social structure. Chaos feeds on extreme emotions, right?
Oh, so because the Tau suppress individualism for the greater good, they don't give off that emotional fuel.
You nailed it. It makes them incredibly unappetizing to demons. Meanwhile, other Xenos races just get completely devoured and corrupted by the warp.
That is fascinating. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Did you learn something today? And what do you think about aliens?
It's definitely a lot to think about.
For sure. And I will leave you with a final provocative thought. Since the Imperium's fanatical hatred was born purely from the trauma of the Age of Strife, if that historical betrayal had never happened, could humanity and Xenos have successfully shared the stars? Or is the galaxy simply doomed to eternal war?